All right, let's talk about something we've all dealt with. You know that feeling? It's been a long, stressful day, you've got a deadline breathing down your neck, and all of a sudden, reaching for a snack feels like the only solution in the world. It's that familiar, frustrating cycle of stress eating. But what if I told you there's a way to break that cycle? And not with some crazy diet, but by actually resetting how your brain responds to stress. That's exactly what we're going to get into today.
It's almost like a reflex, isn't it? The pressure starts to build, and without even thinking, your hand just finds its way into a bag of chips or the cookie jar. So why? Why does our brain push us so hard toward those specific comfort foods when we're feeling overwhelmed? Well, it's not a lack of willpower, I can tell you that. It's actually a deep-seated biological process. And here's the trap, right? You eat the snack, and for a minute, you do feel better. There's this little wave of relief. But it never lasts. Soon after, that feeling fades away, and what's left? Usually guilt or frustration with yourself, which just piles on top of the original stress. It's a vicious loop that just feeds itself.
So if we want to break out of that loop, we first have to understand why it's even there. This isn't just some bad habit you picked up. No, it's actually rooted in your brain chemistry. So let's pull back the curtain and look at the science of what's really going on inside your head when stress hits.
Okay, meet the first major player in this whole drama, cortisol. You've probably heard of it. It's the famous stress hormone. Its main job is to prep your body for a fight or flight situation. But the problem is, in our modern world, we're dealing with constant, low-grade stress. That means cortisol levels can stay high, and one of its biggest side effects is just cranking your appetite into overdrive. So while cortisol is sounding all the alarm bells, your brain is desperately searching for a way to feel good again, and it wants it fast. And it knows exactly where to find it, a quick hit of dopamine. This is that feel-good chemical, the pleasure hormone, and your brain gets a huge, fast dose of it from sugary, fatty foods. It's basically a biological quick fix for a bad mood. So, let's put all the pieces together. It's a simple but incredibly powerful loop. First, stress hits, which triggers cortisol. Second, your brain, trying to fight that bad feeling, starts craving a dopamine hit. Third, you reach for that comfort food. And fourth, you get that temporary relief, which, of course, just teaches your brain to do the exact same thing the next time you feel stressed. The cycle gets stronger. So the big question is, how in the world do you break a cycle that seems hardwired into your own brain? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's not about forbidding certain foods or starting some restrictive diet. It's about something much simpler: timing. It's about creating a new rhythm for your body and brain using a tool called intermittent fasting. And this is where we have to make a really fundamental shift in our thinking. Instead of treating hunger like an emergency, like a fire that has to be put out immediately with food, we're going to completely reframe it. We're going to learn how to turn that feeling of hunger into an ally, into a tool that helps us get back in control.
Just let that sink in for a second. Hunger is not your enemy. What if instead of dreading that feeling, we saw it as a good thing, as a positive signal that your body is recalibrating and your brain is getting a much-needed break? It's a quiet moment that gives you the space to pause and break that automatic link between feeling an emotion and needing to eat.
And when you create that little bit of space, something amazing starts to happen. You actually get better at telling the difference between emotional hunger and real physical hunger. Emotional hunger, it hits you like a ton of bricks. It's urgent and it wants one specific thing, like ice cream. Real physical hunger, on the other hand, builds up slowly. It starts in your stomach and you're pretty open to different options. Fasting helps you finally hear the true signal above all the noise.
Think of it like this. Every single time you feel an impulsive craving and you choose to wait because it's not your eating window, you're doing one more rep at the gym for your self-control muscle. This power to wait is a skill, and just like any skill, the more you practice, the stronger it gets. You're building a kind of mental resilience that helps you way beyond just your eating habits.
Okay, so the theory sounds good, but how do we put it into practice? Let's get down to brass tacks. Here is a clear, simple action plan you can start using to put these ideas to work for you. We can break it down into 4 simple but really powerful steps. First, set your eating times. A really common one is the 16-8 method. That's a 16-hour fast with an 8-hour window to eat. It just creates structure. Second, you have to actively practice that reframe. When you feel hunger, remind yourself, this is a reset, not an emergency. Third, celebrate the small wins. Every time you successfully navigate a craving, give yourself a mental high five. That builds momentum. And fourth, when it is time to eat, just eat. Put your phone away and actually taste your food. It makes a huge difference in how satisfied you feel.
And the long-term benefits here are about so much more than just food. When you practice this, you are literally retraining your brain. You'll start to notice you have better self-control over all kinds of impulses, not just food. You'll build resilience to stress because you're finding new ways to cope. You'll finally break that mindless autopilot snacking habit. And maybe most importantly, you'll get this huge boost in confidence, knowing that you are the one in the driver's seat.
So if there's just one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this. Intermittent fasting is not just another diet. It's better to think of it as a single, powerful tool. Just one simple change to your schedule that can create this amazing ripple effect, improving not just your physical health, but your mental strength too.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. We spend so much time and energy obsessing over what we should or shouldn't be eating. But what if the real key, the secret to finally breaking free from stress eating and taking back control, what if it's been there all along? Hiding not in the food on your plate, but on the face of the clock.